Okay, so I will start with Chantelle Pretorius. By the way, this is not in any particular order. Chantelle is 24 years old. She's a model. She works primarily in Europe. She is also studying towards a BCom degree in business management. I liked her from the top 15. That's when I really noticed her first, and I loved her look. I loved how she was in photos, and was not surprised to see that she was to hear that she was a model, because she really knows how to pose. She offers so much vibrancy and life through her photos, so that really makes her very eye-catching, and she stands out on that alone. But what really made me, or what really endeared her to me, was her personality. When she speaks, she seems very natural. There's nothing about her that seems rehearsed at all. Now, I'm sure she obviously practices and she prepares for interviews, of course, but when she's actually at the interviews, when she's actually speaking, she does not seem too prepared, too rehearsed. And that for me is something so refreshing to see in a pageant contestant, because that's very, very unusual. Most pageant contestants sometimes seem a bit too rehearsed, a bit too prepared, and then don't seem very real. She always seems so authentic, so real, like she's just talking to a friend or anyone, but at the same time she still represents herself really well. And I definitely see her on the international stage. She has everything that it takes to represent South Africa at any international pageant. For me, I would really think she would excel at Miss Supranational. There's something about her that that would really be a great lane for her. I'm not convinced about Miss Universe, and nor about Miss World, but I think she could. But really, for me, there's something about her, I just see her as someone at Miss Supranational. Next is Melissa, I can't even speak anymore, Melissa Nayimuli. She's 24. She's an account manager. She is from the Eastern Cape, but she works in Johannesburg, Gauteng at the moment. She is so incredible. And someone, again, I love from top 35. I think when they announced the top 35 and I saw her, I was like, immediately I clicked on her Instagram and looked at her entry video and was just blown away. I love her hair, I love her skin, beautiful face. She is really, on the outside, she's so stunning. But what impressed me was her story. She's half South African, half Ugandan, but she grew up in South Africa. And I think it would be so beautiful to see someone like that as Miss South Africa, because there are so many South Africans who share her story, who either come from another country but grew up in South Africa, or are half South African and half something else. And I think as someone like that, we deal with the pressure of, number one, having to choose a side. What are you? Or never feeling like anything, so because you're sort of stuck between two worlds, you never feel like you're in any world. And a lot of people who you grow up with, kids in school, and just in your whole life, you're sort of made to feel like you have to pick a side, and you just don't feel seen. And I think that to have someone like her wear the crown of Miss South Africa would be so powerful, because there's so many people like that living in South Africa who share her story, but they never see themselves, and that would be groundbreaking. So I think it would really make a great statement, and I love that she led with that. She was open about that, and it's part of her identity, it's part of who she is, and she's not shying away from that. And she is both things, and she is proud of who she is. And I'd love to see that, because you don't really see that in Miss South Africa winners. And it's funny because in other countries you see that all the time. In the USA, you will see contestants who are of dual heritage. I mean, I think of Miss USA 2010, Miss USA 2017 wasn't even born in the USA, but they recognize that people come from all different ethnic backgrounds, and that is okay, and that's normal. Same thing with Thailand, Philippines, that happens a lot in Asian countries. So I'd love to see more of that in South Africa, and I think it's really important. Next is Shruffazo Musida. She's a PPE graduate, and she's studying towards her postgraduate degree in international relations. She is from Limpopo. She is, I know looks are not the most important thing, but I have to say about Shruffazo, she is one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. No exaggeration. She has the most gorgeous eyes. Her lips, her skin, everything is so stunning. Like, she is beautiful and natural and just the most refreshing looking person ever. I love her, how beautiful she is on the outside, but more importantly, she has a great platform, great message. When she spoke about mental health, that was really something that endeared me towards her. She said, and I'm paraphrasing, something about how if we can fix the mind, if we can pay attention to mental health, focus on that, then that's time, then after that we can really deal with other issues in society, other issues that plague our society, because the mind is the powerhouse, the brain is the powerhouse of the body and of the world. We need to focus on mental health, and I completely agree with that, and I think we need to hear more of that. Again, similar to Melissa, I feel that we don't see enough people from her culture, from her region. We don't see enough of them on the stage and on top of South African society. I mean, of course, our president is from that culture, but you know, we don't see that enough, and they are not represented enough, and they're very much discriminated against. And I think it would be great to see her, and to see her at the top and represent the country. So she is amazing. Her and Chantelle, for me, take the best photos, by the way. Next is Buchang Mahlangu. She is 24. 24 seems to be like the age. And she's a food scientist. She is so enchanting. Her photos are very enchanting. She looks very serene. She has this wonderful calm aura about her from her photos, and just by her photograph she has so much power radiating from that. I think that's something so special. She just seems like she has a very girl next door vibe, and I like that about her. Very, very relatable, very intelligent. She's very eloquent, and again, very refreshing. She's just is very unique in the way that she looks, and again, very stunning facially. She's so beautiful, and I would love to see someone like that wear the crown, because I don't think that we've seen someone quite like her before, and she's really special. And then next, and she really, I think she's one of my top 3 favorites, is Busisiwe Motla. She's 27 years old. She's a teacher, and she's all about positive representation, and I love I love that. Again, because of her height, we don't see contestants that short. She's one of the shortest contestants that Miss South Africa organization has ever had. I don't care, and I don't think anybody really in their right mind cares about how tall anybody is. It's about what's in here. It's about what and in your heart, and what message you're bringing out to the world. And she is bringing out a message about positive representation, about diversity, about strength, about empowerment, and then her body is amazing. She is a fitness, I don't like the word junkie, but she definitely is someone who puts fitness at the forefront. She exercises, she eats healthy, and I think that's really great to show that if you want to achieve a particular body, if you want a particular look, you can work hard for it. You can go to the gym, you can exercise, and I love the fact that she promotes that, and that's really part of who she is and what she shows out to the world. Again, out of all of these contestants, she's the only one who I wasn't paying much attention to, I'll be honest, until the top 10 were announced. And her interview with Lisa Laurie, I was like, oh wow, she has so much to offer. She's relatable. She has a very girl next door vibe, but still a standout, and still someone who I think could be could be great on the international stage. So those are my top 5. I will mention one more who's sort of bubbling under for me, and that's Karishma Ramdev. She was in Miss South Africa 2018. She made top 5 and she stood out for me back then, and now again she is fantastic. She's beautiful, she's intelligent, she's a doctor, she's 25 years old, and she is someone who, again, she could win the whole thing. She may not be in my top 5, but I would not be surprised if she wins the crown as she goes on to do well internationally. And I also would love to see like more diversity, and I think that she represents that as well. So those are my favorites. Who are your favorites? Please comment down below. Please like my video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be releasing more videos as we get more international pageants happening. I'm so excited because pageant season is now back in full swing, finally. And yeah, let me know who you are rooting for.